It's week 2 of the NFL, and all eyes are on Jameson Williams. He's coming off a nice performance, bringing in a pair of touchdowns. It's the Cowboys and the Chiefs, and it's all up next.
PA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State in the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They've been buoyed by getting 2 home games right at the start, and they come off a good victory in week 1.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Two teams here fresh off week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package, and boy, his team loves to play around him.
First play, Mahomes looking to throw it. He finds his man, Sky Moore. He's still on his feet, and finally taken down at the 15. A huge play there right off the bat, and even 60 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Throwing now is Mahomes. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Mahomes going to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Rashee Rice, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chiefs march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Ready, check. Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat. Hut, hut.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You talk about this Chiefs defense.
They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And I think with as good as their coverage is, and they're also excellent tacklers, they try to keep things in front of them and either make the tackle or you have to run out of bounds because there's nowhere to go. They'll let them dink and dunk all day long.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
.47-yard punt, a return of 4. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Someone's sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we, talking to him. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Michael Gallup, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Michael Gallup, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. 2nd drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
First down, and it's Pollard again. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more.
Brought down by Willie Gay. You talk about this Chiefs defense.
And they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one. And what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Yeah, the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal as he's inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line.
A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
Ready?
Second and goal from inside the 5.
Check. Hurt.
Pollard is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3.
Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Here we go.
Richardson now on 3rd and goal.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. The kick by Carlson is good.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
The Chiefs offense set to go. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started. The way that they're going about doing things right now, they've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On play action, it's Mahomes. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So nothing doing there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now here's Mahomes. Pressure comes, and down he goes.
Micah Parsons.
He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
That's the end of the first quarter.
After one, a 14-3 ball game.
The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed.
And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
43!
Mahomes now to throw.
That's going to be caught by Bigsby.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs 1st down.
First down, Chiefs.
Now Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Isaiah Simmons getting by the offensive line and dropping the quarterback.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Under pressure, and they got to him again. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Micah Parsons. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Panther Street. Panther Street.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. A beautiful fake. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. It seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled it with the inside run.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down.
44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys will take over possession here up at the 44. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks it right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Tony Pollard and his Dallas teammates ready again on offense.
And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat, make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out,
and nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
They'll run with Pollard.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Tony Pollard, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have cut it back within a score.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try to get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look at a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal is not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
That's complete. It's Travis Kelce.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
He's got his target. That's complete.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Mahomes now on first down.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Mahomes will try again on second down.
This one is caught. It's Moore.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 21. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Mahomes now on first down. His throw incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
And again, it's Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. Third and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. And he's got the hook up to Moore. Touchdown!
Sky Moore.
27 yards.
And the Chiefs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Offense back out there. We shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30.
Richardson looking to throw this.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Chiefs are going to have it here at their own 15. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Encroachment, defense.
As an inside linebacker, got to be a little bit more poised.
No doubt about it, because they get a little bit of flexibility, especially when they're trying to stuff a gap. You know, we get that double A-gap look. This time he got too eager and got too deep into the backfield.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're down on the scoreboard. Sort of a sloppy first half. Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the message have been?
I think I'd have to go with something you don't ordinarily go with.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
Throwing on second and long. Mahomes. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Rice. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on fourth down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on fourth down.
Mahomes throwing on fourth. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce from 8 yards out. And the Chiefs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit,
They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Richardson to throw. That is caught, and he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. He's airing it out for Williams, and this is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jamison Williams, 42 yards. And the Cowboys are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
Like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Mahomes. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
From the gun, Bigsby.
Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Take Bigsby.
57 yards.
And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is up to 18 now. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense.
And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. You never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it.
He's airing it out for Williams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Dallas, Texas is the spot. 3rd quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. From the gun, Gibbs will get it.
And some room to maneuver. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react. I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Richardson now on 2nd down. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Richardson to the air on 1st down.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now a second and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, right at the 40.
From the shotgun, Richardson.
He's airing it out for Williams.
That is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Richardson.
Being chased out left. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Off play action, Richardson.
Eluding the pressure right. Touchdown!
Luke Schoonmaker.
27 yards.
And the Cowboys are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. A 10-play drive that time. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw.
Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd and 4.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now here's Mahomes.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 28. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. Back now in Arlington. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. Mahomes to throw once more.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
First down, Kansas City.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5. That's a whale of a game. Now it's Mahomes again. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass and you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it was really...
And that's caught. It's Kelce. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelce with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list.
And the Chiefs are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
Harrison Butker at a kickoff for Kansas City.
This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to...
And that's caught inside the 30.
Personal foul. Baseman. Defense.
So give him the yardage on the completion and also tack on 15 more.
If you give that hand up there, you've got to let go immediately or just not close the hand at all. He didn't, gave it a tug, and that was easy for the officials to see.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Tony Pollard, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Cowboys have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
KC's offense ready to take over.
Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Christian Harris.
Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Mahomes going to throw.
Over the middle and complete to Moore.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes.
Micah Parsons.
Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Now Mahomes.
That's going to be caught by Bigsby.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Mahomes to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. Boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Dillon now on 1st and 10.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Now a handoff to Bigsby.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. So now the Cowboys down by 11, just over 1:40 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Here's Richardson. He's going to let it fly. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now Richardson. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
Once more from the 11, 2nd and 10. Richardson to throw it. Steps away to his left. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Richardson. He'll buy some time right. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking, nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
There's certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point. So still a little work to do here, but they got the much-needed conversion.
So they got that taken care of. Now you would assume onside kick in order to try and get the ball back again, in order to try and kick at least a tying field goal.
Seconds to play. Everything will come down here to this onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. And they will take a knee here.
Well, Brandon, they're getting to 2-0, and this time they're able to take a knee at the end and secure the victory.
Preseason, coach said their goal, they obviously want to win everything. He said, I think we can get off to a 3-0 start. Well, here they are looking at 2-0 right now.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Chiefs, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory.
And they'll get another road date next week when they take on Washington.
Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they'll fall to 1-1, and they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.